Hey, this is Brian Hegney, and this is an introduction to using GitHub for the rest of our semester for our senior capstone. Hope you're really excited. So, listen, first step for all of you, you're going to want to download three things mainly: Unreal Engine 4, Git, and GitHub Desktop. You're going to want to, you can download UE4 at any time. In fact, if you aren't going to work on the engine, I guess you don't have to download UE4. You're going to want to, though. I mean, you're a game design major. You probably want UE4 on it. I think both groups are using Unreal Engine, so you should definitely have it. Number two, and of course, download any software you're using, such as 3D Studio Max, Photoshop, anything like that. Number two, you're going to want to download Git. So download Git first and install it on your computer. It's a really quick install. You don't even know what happens, and you will never use it again, likely. Unless you're a computer science major, but I've installed it on my desktop in my office like 3 years ago. Haven't had to reinstall it yet. I totally forget it's there. So do that first, and then the third thing you're going to do then after you install Git is install GitHub Desktop, and you're going to go to there, install it. And after that, there's really just a few simple steps in order to get your Unreal Engine project onto the GitHub server. And so this is what you're going to do. 2 steps. Create an Unreal Engine project. Well, I know Bryn and Chance, you both, I think, have your major Unreal Engine projects, so you will probably be the people who will be creating the repository. So all of you have Unreal Engine projects. You're already past step 1. That's great. Step 2, you're going to open up GitHub Desktop, and you'll click File, Add Local Repository, and you'll choose the Unreal Engine folder that you've already created. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to walk you through it, so obviously you'll see me do it in real time. The first thing first, so it doesn't get confusing. Some of you used GitHub last semester with our game development class, and it actually went really well. Some of you spent the whole first half of the semester using it for yourself, and that didn't get too confusing. And then the second half of the semester, I had the group use it. Now, GitHub can get a little more complicated, and you can start having branches and multiple people using things and pushing and pulling. Now, unfortunately, Unreal Engine isn't amazingly configured for using GitHub. However, I think the way it will work best is if anybody can pull the project, but let only one person push it. And so I know, Chance, you're working in the engine, doing a lot of the programming. You will be the one to push and pull the project, or to pull and push the project. On your computer, you will be the one to say, this version I'm on right now, I'm going to put it up into the GitHub repository. Anyone can pull it, and that's why I said, some of you I've said, what, don't you have the latest file? Don't you have the latest version of the game? You all will have access to the latest version of the game. You all will be able to pull it. Once you kind of do your job and figure something out, you don't have to push it. You don't have to take that one version and say, now I'm going to do everything. You can, you can still use your what are you guys using? Your Google Drives? You can still use Google Drives for Photoshop documents and 3D modeling assets and things like that. And then Chance and Bryn, you guys can pull those from, or download those from Google Drive and then add them to your Unreal project, and then again, push it back. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. I am going to pretend I'm working on this game. Hey, some of you may recognize this. And let's say I've been working on this, and I'm gonna hit File, Save All. This, for me, it's in my, let's see, because I have a weird drive, I've got, this project is in my D drive. I've got a Unreal Engine our Unreal Projects folder, and in this I've got this Knights Hagney folder. This is the folder that has the Knights Hagney U project. I need all of these hosted on GitHub. Okay, this is the way I do it. Boop. I'm going to open up GitHub Desktop. Okay, and this is the first time I'm doing this, by the way. Remember, so when I go to GitHub, oh, it does say it there. Shoot, I need to do one thing. I personally need to. Oh shit, I'm gonna pause this because I need to actually delete this from GitHub. So bear with me. Okay, good. I'm back. So I don't have this as a repository on GitHub. I will not create it on GitHub. I will not create this new repository using the website. Get that out of your mind. You're going to use GitHub Desktop. And the way you're going to do it is, like right now it's looking at, oh, a project I called GitHub Test. Fancy that. I'm going to click File, Add Local Repository. This is the first time I'm going to do this, okay? So the first time I do it, and this is, I guess, Bryn and Chance or anyone else who's taking this on, this is the only time you're going to do this particular act. Add local repository. Click that. And it says, okay, well, what's the path? So what it's saying is I have a repository in my computer, and I want to add that to the GitHub desktop, or to the GitHub website. So I'm going to click the Choose button and look for it. And I'm going to go through, oh, there it is. D drive, Unreal Projects, Knights Hagney. And I'm just going to click Select Folder. Hey, this little warning comes up. This directory does not appear to be a Git repository. Would you like to create a repository here instead? Yes, you're going to do that. You're going to click Create a Repository. Just make a little description, like Capstone Game. Go ahead, you can add a README. Let's not get into ignore our licenses. Just say Create Repository. It's going to do a few things. It's going to add a couple folders that you need for Git to work. And I'm surprised it's taking this long. Okay, there we go. I thought you were going to see one other type of folder, but I guess not. If you did see another pop-up window, I'm not sure what it is. I thought you were going to see it. Really weird. Okay. Summary. This is the first time you have to do this, by the way. Oh, no. The first thing you do is publish your repository to GitHub. This is it. So what I did, if you look in this folder again, what it did, it added this little Git folder, it added some attributes, and added a README. Okay? That's what it added to this repository, and now I'm going to publish it. Ah, this is the window I thought I was going to get. Make sure you uncheck Keep This Code Private. If you keep that checked, well, it won't allow you to because you don't have a paid subscription. You'll just uncheck Keep This Code Private and Publish Repository. When you do that, it's basically going to upload all of your stuff. And you will have exactly what's on your computer now for this project will be online. And so now if I go to my repositories, click it again, or refresh this, it should say somewhere here, yep, there it is, Knights Hagney. And I can click in Knights Hagney, and this says all of the stuff. Look what's in there. Content, intermediate, saved. Let's see this. Content. Puzzle BP, right? These are all the blueprints. It has all of the files here. Puzzle mobile copy UMAP. It has all the UMAPs. It has everything in here. And this is one of the things that's great about GitHub, is that means if I want to pull this, or I don't have to, or if I want to keep pushing and pulling it from one computer, which is what I think Chance and Bryn are going to do, you don't have to keep downloading it and uploading like huge files. It's like one little UMAP, one little blueprint at a time. Okay. So that's one thing. Now let's say you make a change, right? Or you know what? I'm going to stop this video here, and in the next video we'll look at what happens when we actually make a change. All right, bye!